If you leave, I'll have no choice but to punish you. Ooh. Hello, and welcome to Kidnap for a Date. This is a Yandere dating sim in which a famous actor kidnaps you when you go out shopping one day. You wake up in his basement, and he insists that this is now a date. Let's get started. My name is Yinny. Yinny, before you leave, I'd like to ask you something. Hooray! A nervous woman standing in front of me is my coworker Mary. I've been working with her for a few years now. We got along well, but I wouldn't say we're friends. What is it? There's this movie being filmed nearby. I was wondering if you could apply to be a background actor with me. Me? A background actor? I don't know, I feel like I'd still be really stiff if I was a background actor. Something tells me I just wouldn't be good at it. I didn't realize you were interested in acting. That's because I'm not. I just think it'd be really cool if my kids got to see me on screen, even if it's only for a few seconds. It's after work, so you wouldn't have to worry about losing hours. I'm sorry, but I'm busy. I can't afford to push things aside right now. Yeah, rent is expensive. Why can't you go by yourself? I'm sure you'll do fine. I would, but I'm not sure what I'd do once I get there. That's why I'm asking you to come with me. Either you'll make things less awkward or we'll be awkward together. I'll think about it. You will? Yeah, totally. Just don't expect too much from me. You know how I am. Understood. Honestly, I'm pretty busy too, so I get it. Thank God for babysitters, right? If it weren't for them, I'd be cooped up at home all day with no time for hobbies. Right, if that's all, I'll get going now. Make sure to look up properly this time. I don't want to be yelled at again. Sorry about that. A background actor. That sounds a lot like effort for barely anything in return. I could use that time doing something more important, like attending auditions for a bigger role. I don't like how that door is ajar. I feel like something's gonna jump out of there and get me. My skills have been getting a bit rusty, so it might be better to get some lessons first. Or maybe I should just go for it. It's been years since I decided that this is what I want, and yet... well, it's not exactly my fault that I haven't gone anywhere in life. My parents were always working in the morning and partying at night. Between cooking, cleaning, and studying, I had no time for hobbies or friends. I worked my ass off to get a decent education and enough money to move out. And look where that got me. A shitty apartment that costs far more than it's worth, and an even worse job that pays the bare minimum, and a bunch of debt that will only be paid off once I'm dead. Throughout it all, there's only one person who's been able to distract me from my misfortune. Caleb Starr. A famous actor that can make any movie an instant success. With a name like that, he was practically born for this. I never knew him personally, but we lived in the same neighborhood and went to the same school. Sometimes I think I could have been as famous as him if I tried harder. Maybe his parents were more loving than mine. That's why our lives ended up being the complete opposite. And maybe it's my fault for not trying to befriend him. Sure, people would think I was just using him, but they wouldn't be wrong. Just a little bit of his fame would have set me for life. There's no one else I love as much as Caleb, and no one else I hate as much as him. He gives me the motivation I need to go paycheck to paycheck, and I've been needing that motivation more than usual. My coworker Austin hadn't shown up all week for the past few days, so all of his responsibilities are pushed onto me. What do you bet that the love interest killed them? Never mind. I hate to spend another hour sitting in the dark and ranting to myself. Maybe something sweet will make me feel better. There was a smoothie place nearby that sounded great right about now, and the street was eerily empty as always. When I first moved here, I was terrified of going out at night. Then I realized no person would want to hurt me. I didn't look like the kind of person to have any money. Nowadays there's some peace to be found with the silence. Even if it made the footsteps rapidly approaching easier to hear. A bag was placed over my head before I could see who it was. The rest was a blur. All I know is that I now sat on a chair with my legs tied together and my hands cuffed. What the heck? It felt less like a kidnapping and more like I was about to be interrogated. Whoever did this barely put any effort into restraining me. I could easily escape given some time. Alright, the 6 endings, we're gonna get them all as per usual. I will untie the rope first. I might as well untie them now. There was no way to take the handcuffs off, but I could deal with them later. For now, I leaned forward and untied the rope. Just as the knot came undone, a door opened and someone walked in. I adjusted my position so nothing looked out of the ordinary. They hummed a light and cheery tune to themselves as they moved about the room. Eventually, what sounded like a chair slid across the floor, and whoever it was sat down. They grabbed the bag and threw it aside. Hello, fine shit. Need I remind you that this person kidnapped you? Oh, he's got a boo-boo window. Good morning, sunshine. Did you get enough beauty sleep? Oh, who am I kidding? You're always beautiful no matter how sleep deprived. Well, thank you, that's very kind of you. But if you're still tired, I can wake you in a few minutes. I don't mind watching you sleep while the food cools down. I felt like I had seen him before, but from where? Looking at him made me feel tense. Like I was about to be yelled at for something I did. It wasn't like I did anything wrong. He's the kidnapper here, not me. That is so true. Still, the feeling didn't go away. It only became worse the more his face was etched into my mind. Are you not ready to talk? I thought you'd be asking a million questions by now. I even make sure to practice my response to every single one. You're hot. With looks like that, you'd be better off as a model than a kidnapper. Do you need money? Is that why you kidnapped me? Sorry, but I don't have any. You'll have to find someone else. You shouldn't think so negatively, Yinny. It's not good for your health. What I want isn't money or anything you own. I want you, Yinny. Me? I want you to make me complete by saying you love me. That's why I brought you here. Right now, the two of us are on a very romantic date. One that I spent an entire month preparing for. You could have asked me out like a normal person instead of, kidnapping me. Nothing about this is romantic. It's more creepy than anything. Ouch, Yinny. I expected you to say that, but it still hurts to hear. I worked really hard for our date. I didn't take a single shortcut. Not even one. And the least you can do is tell me I did a good job. Oh, great. He's got a praise kink. You did a great job. Seriously? That's what you want from me. He's so happy. Fine, I'll say it. You did a good job. This is why I love you. You're so nice even to a bad man like me. Normal people would be yelling and insulting their kidnapper by now. Do you want me to? I have a few insults in mind. Let's save it for later. I haven't even introduced myself yet. My name is Ace. My last name doesn't matter. By the end of our date, I'm hoping you'll let me take yours. Now that would be a dream come true. I don't blame you if you hate me right now, so I won't force you to call me by my name. I'm not too picky, but I do have a few alternatives in mind. For example, you can call me your boyfriend. Alright, my boyfriend, I say delusionally. I guess it wouldn't hurt to call you my boyfriend. It would actually, Yinny. Wait, what? I said I'll call you my boyfriend. No need to repeat it, I heard you just fine. Please call me Ace, my heart can't take it otherwise. But you told me. I take back what I said. Ace is a perfectly fine name. In fact, it's too fine. You didn't need to address me at all. Oh. Unhinged, Yandere, and a simp. We're the only ones here, so I'll know who you're talking to. Right. Anyway, your name sounds familiar. Caleb. Oh, you're that guy who's always hanging around Caleb. I've seen you in a few movies. That's right. I'm Caleb's best friend. It's the thing I'm most known for, so I'm surprised it took you so long. Does he know you're doing this? I can't imagine how he would react if he knew his friend was a kidnapper. This date was his idea, though. I'll take credit for it if that will make you like me more. He's actually upstairs right now, as carefree as ever. While I'm down here stressing about how to impress you. I even had to make extra food for him since he's planning on staying over. Apparently, he'll self-combust if he doesn't find out how our date went as soon as it ends. So be a doll and play along. You wouldn't want to disappoint your favorite actor, would you? Speaking of, you haven't taken a single bite. Is everything alright? Do you not like the food? I'm handcuffed. I haven't had the chance to try it. Oh, sorry, I must have been distracting you. Go ahead. I'll try it. How do I know it's not poisoned? If I wanted to kill you, I would have done it by now. Besides, this is supposed to be a date. It wouldn't be very romantic if you died. Fine, I'll try. Are you hesitating because you want me to feed you? All you have to do is ask. I can eat on my own. It looked edible, which was more than what I could say for my own cooking. I quickly took a bite of the food. To my surprise, it tasted pretty good. This tastes really good. You think so? It's better than what I've been eating for the past week. Have as much as you want. I made more than enough for you to have seconds. No thanks, I don't feel like staying here for longer than necessary. Then you can take the rest home. I'll put it in a container for you. I guess that's fine. Anyway, you said Kalen was here, right? I was wondering, do you think I can meet him? I'd like to get his autograph. Sure, but I'm signing whatever he signs. That way you'll always remember me when you look at it. And if I decide to sell it? Then do so. He has a signature out and that candy, so mine adds a lot of value. You're so annoying. And you're so lovely. Are you gonna say anything else? Sorry, it's hard not to stare at the most attractive man in the world. I'm a man? Oh, okay. I'm sure you'd understand if there was a mirror around. Kidding. I'm so busy planning our date that I haven't had the time to just look at you. And that's why I'm taking our date as an opportunity to make up for it. You'll forgive me for staring just this once, right? I can't stop you, so go ahead. That's so sweet of you, Yiddy. With a personality like that, I've been nothing but worried that someone might take you from me. What makes you think I'm still single? If some famous person is stalking me, who knows how many normal people are? Maybe you're too late, and I've already fallen head over heels for one of them. Are you single? Yes, I'm single. And what would you do if I said I was taken? I'd be really sad if that was the case. You might even make me cry. Well, lucky you then. I was just joking, I'm as single as can be. As if I'd be taken, the only guy interested in me is some psychopath who thinks kidnapping someone is romantic. And listen, I know kidnapping is wrong. It's illegal. That too? I was just really desperate to go on a date with you. Ask me out like a normal person. Who wouldn't be when you're so amazing and everything anyone could ever want? For the longest time, I wanted us to be like this. Alone with no one to interrupt. No loud noises or anything to distract us from each other. Just you sitting in front of me. I never had the chance. Not until now, that is. You could have asked me out like a normal person. I hate to admit it, but you're handsome. There's a good chance I'd say yes. Be honest, you're only saying that to make me feel bad. I wish you were that easy to date. Maybe things would have been better that way. I'm famous and I have more than enough money to spoil you. Unless you're more superficial than I thought, I'm sure you would walk away the moment I said hi. That's why kidnapping you was the best thing I could have done. It guarantees me a date without any chance of rejection. It doesn't make any sense. Why didn't you try and befriend me? It's not like we had to become lovers right away. Funny you said that, I've already tried. The first time was a total failure. I thought if I just played nice, you'd fall in love with me in no time. Turns out I was being too passive. And how long ago was this? Because unless we met in some super mundane way, I'm sure I'd remember meeting someone as odd as you. Then I guess it's my fault for not making a lasting impression. I wasn't anyone memorable back then. You probably saw me as some clingy loser who couldn't take a hint. I don't blame you though, I can't even look back at my past self without cringing. All you need to know is that we met in middle school. We were friends until our second year of high school. You had to be lying, that's a long time for us to have known each other. How the hell do I not remember you? I guess that made some sense. My life was so shitty back then that I was better off forgetting everything. It was to the point where I only remembered my parents, Caleb, and a few other vague details. I know I often got into fights. My parents always yelled at me for coming back home all bruised and cut up. Thankfully, I had no money at those fights or why I was fighting to begin with. Well, none of that matters now, we might as well start from scratch. Right, we shouldn't dwell on the past for too long. There's no use in that when we can be enjoying our date. And I just remember there's something I want to give you, Yinny. It's nothing much. I was hoping it could make our date more romantic. Can it be the keys to these handcuffs? You're so impatient, Yinny. Not that I'm mine, I think it's adorable. If you want it that badly, wait until the end of our date and I'll give it to you when I take you home. I'll stay here while I go get your gift. If you leave, I'll have no choice but to punish you. Oh, that's a terrible joke. Who said I was joking? Don't get too bored, Yinny. I promise to be quick. Well, so far he's nice, but I'm assuming if I keep being annoying, he's not going to be nice for very long. He really wasn't lying about being quick. I heard as he began sprinting the moment he was out of sight. Get up and leave. It didn't seem like he wanted to hurt me. He was probably bluffing when he said he'll punish me. Time to leave. The house looked more normal than I thought it'd be. Nothing was overly extravagant, nor were there any expensive paintings on the wall like I had expected. In fact, the place was kind of empty. I wouldn't be surprised if he was moving after this just to make sure he didn't get caught. Damn it, I was too busy looking around that I didn't even notice him. He's so pretty. He hadn't changed much from the last time I saw him in person. Who goes there? No one's allowed to enter or leave. Not on my watch. No, not at all. Oh, it's just you. You're Ace's date, aren't you? I'm Caleb, but I'm sure you already know that. Now shoot, AC might cry if he sees you've disappeared. And if AC cries, I'll cry. You wouldn't want that, would you? I work tomorrow. I don't want to stay here and act like I'm interested in that guy. It's creepy enough that he's been stalking me for so long. If I find out that he's done worse than that, I won't be able to get any sleep at night. Might as well leave while I still have a decent opinion on him. I think it's kind of cute. Who doesn't love a man who's obsessed with them? Well, maybe not obsessed in that way. I wouldn't really call him cute. I feel better if you were the one who kidnapped me. It's more creepy when he does it. Hey now buddy, back off. I'm not drunk enough to be interested. Oh, maybe I'll be interested after a few drinks, but I haven't even had one. Are you calling me ugly? I called you not my type. If you were more like AC, I'd be into you in a heartbeat, but you're not, are you? Damn, if you like him so much. You two becoming a couple makes more sense than the two of us getting together. I don't want to date AC, silly. I want to date someone who's filthy rich or good look. No, I definitely wouldn't mind if he had the same body type as him. Yeah, I get it. I'm not your type. You don't have to rub it in my face. No, that's not what I'm doing. Not at all. You got some good qualities, like, your height? Just call me ugly at this point. When AC thinks you're super hot and stuff, he won't react well if he overhears me saying something like that. So for now, I'll just say you're not my type. You're very different from what I imagined. Oh, right, you're like a fan of mine? I'm sorry for being so mean. I usually try my best to be nice to fans, but I guess it just slipped my mind. Maybe I just didn't like the idea of you being my fan instead of AC's. You should go now. I'm super hungry and the food AC made isn't gonna eat itself. No thanks, I'm leaving whether you like it or not. I'll scream the moment you go near that door, so good luck. Yinny, what are you doing here? I told you to stay put. Why is Caleb was just wearing like... Wow, not just Caleb, but also Ace as well. I'm looking. There you are, AC. I was getting tired of stalling. Caleb, I told you to tell me if you saw him trying to leave. Why didn't you say anything? Don't give me that tone. You're lucky I did anything at all. Sorry, and thanks for helping, even if you didn't do much. That's more like it, AC. You need to go back right now. I need to talk with Caleb. Yeah, go back. He'll be dead in a second. Damn, well that didn't work. Damn, I should have ran for it the moment I saw him. Oh, I guess it wasn't that bad. It was nice seeing Caleb in person again after so long. Even if he was rude. I'm back, Yinny. That took a while. What were you two talking about? Nothing important. I just had to remind him of a few things. He pulled out a bouquet of yellow flowers wrapped together with a white bow. Anyway, here. I didn't know which flowers to give you, so I got whatever looked nice. Thanks. I don't know what to say. What made you think I want flowers? I saw your room and how gloomy it was, and I thought they might add a nice pop of color. Unless gloomy is what you're going for, if that's the case, I can buy you some black or grey flowers to match. I'll take them. I guess there's no harm in taking them. But they're going in the kitchen, so I won't have to see them every day. That's fine. I'll buy you so many things you won't be able to open your eyes without being reminded of me. Oh god. I'd rather gouge my own eyes out. Ouch, Yandere, you really need to be more considerate of others. Don't you know how rude that is? You kidnapped me. Guess you wouldn't know since you barely remembered me in the first place. You've been stalking me for how long again? You should know that this is how I usually am. I know everything there is to know about you. You're lucky I find it cute, Yandere. Anyone else would have started to scold you about manners. Ew, I don't want to hear about your kinks. That's not what I meant. I just think it's cute how mean you are sometimes. Wow. Blech. The flowers were placed onto a pile of boxes that were shoved into the corner. For someone who claimed to have spent forever preparing for this date, he sure did a terrible job at making this basement look decent. I wanted to give you something more than just flowers, but I thought something simple for our first date was for the best. Every time I'm out shopping with Caleb, I always find something I know you'll like. I even thought about mailing you a signed CD or tickets to a concert in the past, but I didn't want to overwhelm you. That is kind of creepy to receive gifts from a complete stranger. But now that we know each other, don't even think about starting now. I'm tired as is. Having a constant reminder that you know where I live will only make things worse. Then should I send everything I want to give you to your job? Mary seems pretty nice. I bet she'll make sure you can't ignore my gifts. Actually, that doesn't sound too bad. Mary talks a lot, so it would be nice to have a package interrupt us every once in a while. Or make it a bit annoying if Austin sees. He can be pretty nosy. I wouldn't be surprised if it's all he talks about for the next week. Is this the part where you tell me you killed Austin? He's usually good at knowing when I don't want to talk, but sometimes he becomes so chatty when there's something he's curious about. Oh, him. Yeah, I get what you mean. It's exhausting being around that guy. Is something wrong, Yandere? It's just that I haven't seen him for a while. I almost miss seeing that stupid face of his. Ace awkwardly pinched at the fabric of his gloves, and he spoke slowly as if he were having trouble choosing his words. It's either he killed Austin, or you, or he has been disguised as Austin. Were you two good friends? I've never seen you this worried about someone. That's not it. I couldn't care less of the guy. I'm just tired of sleeping late and waking up early. I don't know how he did it, but he's always opened the store on time. He's the type of guy to wake up before the sun even rises. Now that he's gone, I've been forced to do the same. I asked Mary if she could do it since she's an early riser, but apparently she's too busy taking her kids to school. Her husband works from home, so I have no clue why that bastard can't do it. I swear when Austin comes back, I'll have to give him a piece of my mind. The least he could have done us is warn us if he was going to go on vacation. What if he quit without telling anyone? Are you going to hunt him down to scold him? You definitely killed him. I might as well. He was even more on edge than when I first mentioned Austin. Even the picking of his gloves had grown in intensity, though it was clear he's trying to keep it as subtle as possible, or he actually did disguise himself as Austin, and now he's regretting disappearing because he wants us to scold him. You should forget about him. What do you mean by that? I understand Austin's a good guy and all, but... Oh, how do I put this? Maybe my standards are low, but he seems like a saint, at least compared to the alternative. Honestly, I'm starting to think being friends with him isn't such a bad idea. I might ask about it when he comes back. You're looking a bit pale, are you alright? Why wouldn't I be? I don't know, maybe because you have something to do with Austin's disappearance? You're acting really weird from just me mentioning how I'd like to see him again. Even earlier, you spoke as if you met him in person. It does seem like that, doesn't it? He kicked the table. Ah, did you hear that? Wow, that's a lot of noise. I told Caleb to be quiet if he's staying over, but I guess he couldn't help from getting drunk. We're here. I'll go remind him to be quiet. He didn't bother closing the door behind him as he hurried upstairs. I couldn't help but feel pissed off at how he avoided my question. If he wasn't going to answer, I might as well see what Caleb knew. He was really talkative in interviews. As long as I kept him talking, he was bound to reveal something. Hey there, Yandere. I didn't expect to see you again so soon. I was able to have a few drinks while you were gone, and guess what? I was right, you do look a lot better. Now why are you here, Yandere? Did you get lonely waiting for AC? I can only humour you so much, you know. I'm not exactly in a good mood to talk right now. Can you believe that AC barged in to tell me to be quiet before running off to who knows where? I wasn't even doing anything wrong. I was just minding my own business and drinking to my heart's content. Anyway, are you trying to leave again? I'll have you know I haven't forgotten your previous escape attempt. Remember, I'll scream if you get too close to that door. I know I won't be able to leave too easily. There's something I need to ask you before I go back. Sorry, but I only like interviews that are in front of a camera. Unless you're asking for my autograph, which in case, sorry again, but I'm not in the mood. That's not what I want. Do you know anyone named Austin? Austin? I don't know. I'm gonna need a bit more than just a name. Was he a fan of mine? Who am I kidding? Of course he was. Who isn't? He's a bit shorter than you. He has brown hair with reddish-brown eyes. That's a terrible description, but I think it's coming back to me. Okay, so... Ace is not Austin, because Austin seems short. He's that cute guy who's into photography, right? Yeah, we met. Why do you ask? He's been missing for a while. Do you know anything about that? I don't. We've only met once, technically twice, but we didn't talk the second time. It's such a shame he's gone. If I met him sooner, I would have given him a really fun time. Can you not? Can I not what? It's not like I'm lying or anything. I'll have you know that I'm great in bed. So just stop. I don't want that image in my head. Boo, you're such a prude. No wonder AC likes you. He's the exact same when it comes to this stuff. So when did you last see him? Was it recently? 1 week, 2 weeks, who knows? I don't really keep track of time. Then again, it doesn't matter when I met the guy. What matters is why you're asking me all these questions in the first place. I have a pretty good idea on what you're trying to get out of me. Believe what you want, Yinny, but I'm not spilling. That's fine. I'll just have to get answers out of Ace. As I turn around to leave, Kaylin placed a hand on my shoulder. Just a moment. I answered your question. It's only fair if you answer one of mine, as long as it's nothing weird. Oh dear, who do you think I am? I think it's a perfectly reasonable question. Since you two are on a date and all, I was wondering, Yinny, how do you feel about AC? I like him, I guess. Even if he did do something to Austin, I can't say that I hate him. Really? Here I thought you two were friends. Austin's nice, but we were never that close. I can barely remember the last time I was hanging out that didn't end in me getting blackout drunk. Ace, well, it's hard to explain why I like him. There's only so many things you can like about a person. His looks, voice, personality. I know what I like about him. Come on, you can tell me. Oh, is it his style? I'll have you know, I'm the one who picked out this outfit. He went to wear this ugly floral suit with a neon green tie. It was such an eyesore that I almost ended our friendship on the spot. What I'm trying to say is that his style isn't something that you should like about him. I wasn't really paying attention to what he was wearing. There's one thing I like about him. I guess it's how he likes me. I can't imagine spending a whole decade fawning over a guy who doesn't even remember me. And to still like him when he's made it clear that he's not interested is almost flattering. Though the whole kidnapping thing is a bit hard to ignore. I'm sure you get over it eventually. As if. Yinny, Macy, there you are. What took you so long? This guy came so soon after you left, I thought you'd be here in no time. Sorry, there was something I had to do. Come on, let's go back. You know, I'm not sure what you're trying to achieve by leaving so suddenly. What do you mean? Isn't it obvious? I'm just gonna ask you again. Well, I was hoping you'd let it go or forget about it by the time I came back. So what'd you do to Boston? I promised I was gonna tell you at some point, but just not right now. We're supposed to be on a date. Talking about him would only ruin the romantic mood I worked so hard on setting up. What romantic mood? So I was gonna wait until we were already in a relationship, if we ever got that far. Then you would understand where I was coming from. You know I'm not lying when I say I regret it. How bad is it? Pretty bad. If you don't hate me now, you will after. I'm sure what I'm imagining is far worse than what actually happened. This is such a terrible second first impression, I was really hoping you'd never find out. Alright, let's see. How'd I meet Austin again? I was out drinking with Caleb. While he was doing all the drinking, I was only there to drive him home. Anyway, he was busy flirting with some guy, which left me all alone. It got boring being by myself, so I took out my phone to look at a few pictures that I have of you. I know it's creepy, but I can't help myself. You're so handsome even when you're not trying to be. And that's where Austin showed up. Hey, I couldn't help but notice. You know Yinny too. Uh-oh. Oh, the eye patch look is so cute. No. Why is this guy here? Damn, I shouldn't have let my guard down so easily. This wouldn't have happened if I was paying attention. I do. We're childhood friends. Really? I was starting to think Mary and I were his only friends. He's not exactly the easiest to get along with. Even getting him to hang out with me is a huge hassle. I invited him here but was immediately rejected. I even offered to pay for him. Whatever he's doing can't be that much better than a free drink, can it? Oh well, he's the one missing out, not me. Yeah, he's really missing out on getting drunk and stuff. Someone kill me please, this is so awkward. I don't want to be here anymore. Why is he trying so hard to make conversation? A simple hello before leaving would have been fine. Where's Caleb? He's so much better at talking than I am. You a photographer or something? Those pictures look really nice. Yeah, at least I'm planning on being one. Yinny agreed to help me practice. That's why all of my pictures are of him. He's really nice like that. If it's not much, I'd love to see some more. No. I'm a part-time photographer myself. I've been pretty burnt out recently, so this might help motivate me. Why is he looking at me like that? He seems so happy. I'd have to be a real jerk to reject him. What if he ends up recognizing me and decides to tell Yinny about the horrible experience he had with an actor? Then Yinny will end up hating me because his friend does. Worst of all, what if they end up bonding over their mutual hatred of me? I'm really screwed if that happens. Won't be long until they're hanging out after work or one of them invites the other to their place. They'll drink under the pretense of forgetting how horrible of a person I am, get drunk, make out, start dating, get married, grow old together and die. Or only get hit by a car, then have to watch that happen. This is a new phone, so I won't be able to show much. Just a handful is fine. Right, just a handful. I took my phone out and showed Austin a few of the pictures I had. This is more embarrassing than I thought it would be. I swear I had something in mind when taking this one. It's like super old, so I was a total newbie back then. Composition looks nice, don't be too hard on yourself. Though if I had to criticize one thing, all of these photos feel distant. Like Yandere doesn't even know the camera's there. Oh no. And some of them are super grainy too. You must have zoomed in a lot just to take them. Oh yeah, because it's my style. Kind of like how some people only take pictures in black and white. I like making mine look like this. Then show me some more. This style is nice. Alright, this one is... Uh-oh. I slammed my phone onto the table. You know what? I think that's enough. What's wrong, AC? Did you show me something I wasn't supposed to see? The photo wasn't just bad, it was incriminating. It was taken a few years ago. I wanted pictures of Yandere at the time, so I didn't bother editing them to not look like a stalker took them. It was obvious that this one had been taken in the hallway from just around the corner. Yandere was unlocking his front door, still in his work clothes, and appeared to be completely unaware of my presence. To make things worse, Austin himself was in it. Damn it. Isn't what you think. You know, I was wondering why a famous guy had pictures of my friend. You recognize me. Someone pointed you out to me. With that white hair and eye patch and awkward demeanor, it'd be weird if no one recognized you, Ace Martinez. Well, I was curious on how you knew Yandere, so I didn't say anything. This looks really bad, but I can explain. Go on then. I'm waiting. What could I say to fix this? Is there anything I can say? You won't believe me if the lie's not good enough. What to do? What do I do? If only Caleb was here to tell me. What would Yandere do? I stood up and ran outside. I could hear Austin shout for me to stop, but I ignored him. Please pick up, please pick up. Once I heard Caleb's voice on the other side, I cut him off. Caleb, I think I messed up. I don't know what to do. Can you help me? I'm outside right now. Please hurry. Shh, it's alright, AC. I'm sure it's not as bad as you think. It's pretty bad. Wait there. I'll be out soon. You sure run fast? Curse my low stamina. Oh no, Austin, you're a nice guy, but you should have just stayed inside. Austin, what, you're a stalker? Kinda guessed that already. Real weird, man. Surely there's better hobbies out there. Still, I'll give you a chance to tell me I'm wrong. Go on, tell me I'm just accusing an innocent man of a crime he didn't commit. You're right. I've been stalking Yandere for a while now. But I wasn't lying when I said we were childhood friends. I really love Yandere. I would never hurt Yandere or put him in any kind of danger. I just want him to be in my life. Have you ever thought about how he'd feel if he knew about this? Once. I thought about it once. And? I know I'm better than anyone. He's kind and gentle even if it leads to him getting hurt. He might hate me now, and he might hate me even more the next time we see each other. But I think I can get him to change his mind about me if I act well enough. At least that's what I think. Gross, I didn't expect you to be this sick in the head. Austin backed up. Where are you going? You're not going to tell Yandere, are you? Of course I'm telling Yandere, he deserves to know. He won't believe you that easily. You'd be lucky if he doesn't wave you off the moment you open your mouth. I know, which is why I'm recording our conversation with my phone. I'm not an idiot, Ace. Even if the quality is shit, you should be audible enough for him to understand. I see. I'm sorry, Yandere. Your date is a very bad man. I tried to take his phone away from him and things escalated from there. Austin was surprisingly strong. He was able to overpower me despite being smaller in size. I'd never gotten into a fight before, so I had no idea what I was doing. Before I knew it, I had hit him in the head with the closest thing I could get my hands on. He stopped breathing soon after. Get up. You're not... Tell me you're just pretending. Please tell me you're not actually dead, right? Sorry I took so long, AC. You didn't tell me which outside you were at. Front, outside, back outside, so what happened here? I didn't mean to. Caleb, what do I do? Caleb is not phased. Look at him. I can't go to jail. Yandere will definitely find out if I do it. Calm down, AC. I'm here now. Everything's okay as long as I'm here. No, he's gonna hate me. He's gonna want me dead after this. Everyone will. And then no one has to find out. Give it to me. What? I'll dispose of everything for you, so give me the weapon. Thankfully, all the blood landed on your jacket. Take it off and head inside. Once I'm done here, we can go home and watch TV together. You can tell me the details once you feel better. I can do that. But what's Yandere gonna think if he finds out? I don't know, something terrible, I guess. You're worrying too much. I'd love it if a man killed someone for me. I'd love it even more if that man was you. I don't know. I don't know about this one. I'm sure Yandere would feel the same. I don't think so. Yandere isn't like that. He wouldn't like a murderer, neither should you. You're my best friend, AC. I'll always love you. Just go already. I'll come get you once I'm done. Well, everyone needs a best friend like Caleb, no? Kind of. And that's what happened. Caleb got rid of all the evidence and we came back here to hang out. I don't know what he did with the body. He wouldn't tell me since he didn't want me to worry. Wherever Austin is, I'm sure he'll be found soon and be given a proper burial. If you're uncomfortable, I can take you home. I'd want to go home too if I were you. Let's continue our date. Was he really letting me go so easily? Even so, I was hesitant to take him up on the offer. What happened to Austin was terrible, but to be honest, I didn't feel that bad about it. Let's continue our date. Are you sure? He's so excited. I promise I won't hurt or do anything to you, I'll take you home and you can forget any of this ever happened. Yes, I'm sure. Austin was a kind person who genuinely cared about others. I didn't know him too well, but drinking with him was always fun. I'm sure Marion will be devastated once she hears the news. Would it be easier on her if I told her or if she heard it from our boss? Either way, I'll have to pretend to be sadder than I actually am. Oh, I knew it wasn't right to feel this way and want to stay, but this whole thing had been a nice change of pace. Every day of my life consists of the same thing. Wake up, work and sleep, and maybe go out to drink with Mary and Austin when I had the time. Nothing to shake up the mundanity of life like a killer. It was unbearable. Come on, what's with that look? You should be glad I want to stay. It means I've been enjoying our date, no matter how unromantic it is. Though there's one thing I'm upset about. Because of you, I'm left having to figure out how to tell my boss that her favorite employee is dead. That, or I'll just stay stuck doing his work until she finds a replacement. Maybe I could be the replacement. It's not out of the ordinary for an actor to have a side job. You are delusional. Adorably so, though. I don't have much experience, but I'm sure it'll be lots of help. I'm quitting if you do that. Sorry. Talking to you really lifted the weight off my shoulders. You really are perfect, Yinny, in every single way. The fact that you could continue our date is proof enough. Am I perfect or am I just a sick freak? I'm just a freak. I think I fell even more in love. Oh, as if you were following a script, he quickly changed the topic. The mood has gotten pretty solemn, hasn't it? So why didn't I show you something cool? Is it your wim-wam? He lifted his bangs just enough to reveal his left eye. Unlike his right one, this one stayed static and didn't react to light. And instead of a normal iris and pupil, there was a semi-realistically drawn fish. He patted his hair back down and into place. Most people know me as Caleb's friend, but others know me as that one actor with the prosthetic eye. Pretty cool, right? How'd you lose it? You don't have to tell me if it's personal, I'm just curious. I don't mind telling people. Long story short, there was some guy trying to break into your apartment while you're at work. Oh! Thankfully, I just so happened to be there. The two of us got into a big fight and... Alright, fine, I fell down the stairs. Oh! I wish it was something cool or brag-worthy, but it's more embarrassing than anything. It happened so fast, it was such a blur that I barely missed it. Caleb was there at the time, but he doesn't know what happened either. He said I tried covering my face as I fell, so I must have landed on my fist wrong. You just punched your own eye out. How does that even happen? I know, right? Everyone was talking about it at the time. Well, sorry for laughing. It was just so unexpected. Don't feel too bad. I was given options and it was my choice to have it removed. I can see you just fine. That's all I need. There's nothing I can regret about it. It's not like it stopped me from being an actor. And then again, I never wanted to be one in the first place. Where'd you want to be? I can't imagine you as anything other than an actor. I'd want to be a marine biologist. I know it may not seem like it, but I really like fish and other sea life. They're so cute and sweet, I want nothing but to stare at them all day. Unfortunately, that's not happening anytime soon. I took the same classes as Caleb in college, so at least I know how to act. So how'd you guys meet? You seem to have known each other for a long time. You two seem to, well, we're best friends. I know him almost as well as you do. Or maybe even better. He isn't good at keeping his private life private, especially when he's drunk. But don't worry, I'm not interested in him like I am with you. He's been like this since we met back in high school. I think it was a day or two before I fell down the stairs. He was the first person to call for help and he stayed by my side all the way to the hospital. There was even this play he was set to be in, but he stopped attending rehearsals just so he could keep me company. If nothing else, the friendship between Caleb and Ace is actually pretty sweet. I guess it's part of the reason why we're so close. Oh shit, you alright, Yinny? I'm fine, what you just said reminded me of something. Like what? Is it about us? Yeah, it is. You were right about not being able to take a hint. Could you forget about that part? I'd rather you not remember how awkward I was. Don't worry so much. I only remember the more important parts of our own friendship. I can work with that. There's plenty of things we left off and I've been wanting to talk about. I'd only confuse you if I brought it up, so I didn't bother mentioning it. Of all my memories, it just had to be that one. Oh god, what's the bad thing that happened? The two of us met back in middle school. We didn't share any classes, so there was never a chance for us to talk. At the time, Ace was shy and awkward. It was to the point that he was bullied nearly every day by other students. I didn't think he deserved it, but I never saw a reason to intervene. What's the point if we weren't even friends? Giddy! Until one day my father took me with him to an interview. We bumped into this old guy who ended up being the owner of the company he was applying for. As he led me to the waiting room, I noticed a boy my age approached the man. The two seemed close to each other, so I did some research once I got home. It turns out that old man was also Ace's father. From then on, I went out of my way to protect Ace. Didn't matter how much trouble I got into or the amount of bruises that appeared on my skin. Is that why Ace fell for me? All I wanted was some cash as a thank you, but he became clingy and did everything to stay by my side. Before I knew it, we shared the same class, ate lunch at the same table, and walked home together. Ace was a good distraction from the other problems in my life. Then we stopped being friends in our second year of high school. That's terrible, why would they do that? Oh, he was so cute back then. I know I shouldn't be surprised, but I seriously didn't expect for them to plan a trip out of town without me. That's a new low even for them. I didn't think they'd go out at all, honestly. They've been doing nothing but complaining about how poor we are for the past few months. And they're trying to find someone to take care of me in the house while they're gone, so I'm sure it'll be fine. But the last time something like this happened, they all ended up forgetting. Either that or the sitter didn't bother showing up. Kinda hoping I don't get one. And then I could keep the money they leave behind for myself. I mean, do you even need a babysitter? You're old enough to take care of yourself. Yeah, it sucks having one, but they don't trust me. Apparently, the last time they left me alone, I trashed the house and ran away. Not my fault they hid the remote. I don't have a phone at the time, so I was bored out of my mind. You can stay at my place if you want to. There's plenty of space and my parents love having guests over. And I make sure to tell them only good things about you. They really want to meet you. I'll think about it. Oh, that reminds me, could I borrow some money? I heard Caleb is taking part in the upcoming play. I've been wanting to see him act for a while now, but the prices are a bit high. Since you're original, I know you can spare some cash. It's probably like pocket change to you anyway. I was not very nice. And don't worry, I'll pay it back once I get a job. Just put it on my tab for now, okay? Of course, Yandere. Maybe we can go together? Sure, I don't mind. We can even get something to eat before or after. If that's what you want, but I'm picking the place. The usual tastes are too expensive for me. 2 days later was when we had our argument. There you are, Yandere. Give me a warning next time you're planning on being absent. It was really awkward having to eat lunch alone. If I knew you weren't going to be here, I would have found some other place to eat. I'm sure it wasn't that bad, you're just being dramatic. My point still stands, it gets lonely when you're not here. Blame my parents then, they're the ones who insisted that I drive them to the airport when I was already running late. I went from being 5 minutes late to almost 2 hours. Might have been more if I actually chose to go to school. But I was exhausted from all the driving, so I went home and passed out instead. As for today, I forgot to set my alarm and overslept. I woke up an hour ago, so I'm still a bit sluggish. Ah, of course you did. Have I start calling you in the morning to help you wake up? Sure, but I broke my phone a few days ago. Absolutely crushed it while helping my parents rearrange furniture. I'm saving up to get a new one, so you have to wait until then. How much more do you need? I can help pay. I'm not sure. Friends don't use each other for money and I'm already in a lot of debt. You don't have to pay me back, just promise to hang out with me more. That sounds perfect. Let's go shopping after school. You can buy me a phone then. I have barely anything since I'm jobless, but I'll bring what I have. Oh, I completely forgot. I'm actually busy after school. We can go Saturday instead, then we can spend the whole day together. You're not usually busy. What happened? Did you find someone else to bother? I'm not sure I should say. You might get angry at me. I may or may not. You won't know unless you tell me. It has to do with Caleb. Go on. Yesterday, Caleb approached me. I just sat here like usual, just eating my lunch, not expecting anyone to talk to me. And then he sat down next to me and started calling me handsome and cute. He's so much nicer than I thought he was. Are you okay, Yandere? I'm fine. You can continue. Oh no. I don't think I should. Continue. Anyway, after complimenting me, he told me about the play he's in. He said he hates the person he's supposed to kiss in it and convinced the teacher to let him pick someone to replace them. I know I'm not in the theatre, but he said it's fine since... And Caleb picked you of all people. That's right. I tried to reject him at first since I have no clue how to act, but he promised to teach me everything I need to know. I'll be practicing with him after school from now on. Oh, well, I'm so happy for you. I'm so happy that you're ditching me to hang out with the guy that you know I'm interested in. Uh-oh. You don't even like acting. I do. The least you could have done is recommend me instead of taking the offer for yourself. Okay, Yandere, now you're just being mean. I'm sorry, Yandere. I can introduce you to. I'm sure you won't mind switching me out with someone more handsome and talented. No need. I'm sure I only chose you because he found out how rich you are. Then I'll pay him whatever he wants. I'll give him my entire allowance if I have to. That way he has no reason to refuse. Shut up, I'm leaving. That was kind of mean of me. Thank you for being so patient, Caleb. I didn't think it would become such a problem. There's nothing to thank me for, AC. Acting's supposed to be fun, not scary. Besides, we're best friends now. I can't have you being uncomfortable around me. Are we actually friends? You're not just saying things to be nice, right? I won't kiss anyone I'm not friends with. Doesn't matter if it's fake or just on the cheek. Then you're my friend too. My parents are going to be so happy when I tell them I have two. I don't think Yandere wants to be friends with me anymore, but I'm sure they'll still be more than happy with you. Did things not go well with Yandere? It was horrible. He was so mad at me. You're right, I should have kept it a secret. I'm always right, but this isn't good at all. I'll go talk to him. He should understand if I explain. He already made up his mind. We shouldn't bother him unless we have to. You can't just give up, AC. If you do, then you might never get to see him again. I'll figure something out. I just wish he would stop ignoring me, but he needs the space right now. Oh, you poor thing. Let's get practice with today. We can get something to eat and figure out what to do about this. I have a few ideas on how to fix this. Does that sound good? It does. Great. Let me get my bag real quick and then we can go. At the time, I thought that if Ace got injured, Caleb would have no choice but to pick someone else. And hopefully that someone else would be me. Even if I wasn't chosen, things might have returned to normal. In my defense, I was a stupid, jealous teenager who never thought twice about what he did. All I wanted was for him to break a leg or an arm, anything to stop him from being in that play. I never thought he'd lose an eye. Yay! Are you okay, AC? I heard it. Ace, are you okay? It's alright, it's probably just a broken nose, nothing too serious. I'll go get the nurse, try to sit up for now. Ace healed faster than expected. Sure, he had to wear an eye patch and had a limp, but he was still able to participate in the play. I didn't bother watching it. I knew seeing the two would only upset me more. Afterwards, I began avoiding him like the plague. I even switched classes to make sure I'd never see him. I thought it was fine. He looked happier than he had ever been with me. People stopped picking on him when they thought he was alone, and Caleb helped him make friends he had things in common with. Of course, none of them ever asked for money like I did. Was this some kind of elaborate plan to get revenge? Was he trying to get me to fall in love with him so he could break my heart like I did his? No, that couldn't be it. There would have been some sort of sign if he hated me. And it's not like I was that bad of a friend. I still hung out with him whether he gave me money or not, and I even enjoyed talking to him from time to time. From time to time, this poor man. Not to mention he had plenty of money. And there was no way he'd be upset about losing a few $100. Though it does make me wonder, was this why I hadn't been so bothered by Ace murdering Austin? It might have killed Ace if it meant having a chance to kill him, just like how he killed Austin to have a chance at me. I can't imagine myself doing it now, but I wouldn't put it past my teenage self. Earlier, he said that he barely remembered falling down those stairs. It was just a blur. Should I tell him what really happened? It would only be fair since he had already admitted to everything. You know what? This time, we're just not gonna tell him yet. No way I could just admit it. Things have been fine up until now. He might suddenly decide to get revenge if I told him. I was sure he wouldn't do anything too drastic, but I didn't want to risk it. There's plenty of things we left off that I've been wanting to talk about. I'd only confuse you if I brought it up, so I didn't bother mentioning it. Like that popular show we used to watch together. Actually, I heard they were making another season. I was even offered a role as one of the side characters. They said I matched the image the author had in mind when writing the book or something. I wasn't really paying attention. I considered accepting since I knew you'd watch it, but I'm not sure if I should anymore. I'd hate to ruin a show you like by being in it. Do what you want. You look completely different from when I last saw you. I'm sure after some makeup and a change of clothes, you'll be completely unrecognizable. It helps out a lot of time will have passed from now till then. Right. But if you're so concerned, there is one thing you can do. You can always go back to having black hair, maybe another color entirely. I should do that either way. My hair's gotten pretty damaged from bleaching it so often. Which is a shame. I've been told I'm pretty attractive like this. You are. By who? Caleb? Yes, he also suggested my haircut. I usually like his choices, so I don't mind letting him decide for me. It's pretty weird how much he does for you. To be honest, I prefer your old look. You were cute even when you were failing to impress me. You think so? If that's how it is, I'm more than happy to go back to how I was for you. He's such a baby girl. And a bit of a boy failure. Do what you want. How late is it? I feel like I'm about to pass out any moment now. Ace took his phone out from his pocket and checked the time. It's past the time you usually go to sleep. If I take you home now, you should be able to rest for 3 to 4 hours before you have to go in for work. That's so little. Great, I'm sure I'll get half of that. Right, I'll take you home then. But before that, I have a question to ask. Yinny, I know this whole situation has been a lot to handle. And I know you weren't exactly happy at the start. I'm really glad you're able to move past it. Not really, I expect some compensation for going through with it. And I'm more than happy to provide. So I was wondering if you'd like to date me from now on. Like, us seeing each other every day and holding hands, that kind of dating. Sure, we can date. I might as well. It's the least I can do after all the trouble I put you through. Seriously? I didn't think you'd actually say yes. Caleb's gonna be so glad once he hears about this. I'll start preparing our next date right away. Something more romantic with better food too. You won't have to worry about the preparations. I know what you like, so I'll figure it out on my own. Don't stress about it so much. Literally anything is more romantic than this. I think it's best we forget this night ever happened. Ace still got the handcuffs and helped me stand up. I'll take you home now. I need to start preparing as soon as possible. It's a 40-minute drive from here to there. You can sleep in the car if you get too tired. Actually, could I stay here for the night? It'll be easier for the both of us if you just drive me to work in the morning. What about your clothes? I don't think I have anything in your size here. I'm fine with baggier clothes as long as they're not too expensive. I don't want to be wearing a luxury brand when I work at the convenience store. Then I guess there's no problem with you staying. I followed Ace upstairs to his bedroom. It's a nice bedroom. There's a little fish. Pictures of me hung on the wall of what was otherwise a perfectly normal room. Most are of me at work or a bar. But a few were taken while I was still at college. Sorry about the mess. I didn't think you'd want to stay over, so I never bothered with cleaning up. It's just some paper. My place is even worse. What's this? He kicked some of the paper that was strewn across the floor into the corner to stop me from reading what was written on them. It's nothing. Despite his attempts, I was still able to make out some of the words. Did you script out everything you were going to say? Please don't read anything. He shoved whatever he could into the small trash can beside the fish tank. I'm not good at improv, so I wrote down most of the things I wanted to say. Not all of it was scripted, just the beginning was. It's mostly guidelines on what to do if certain topics are brought up. Most of it wasn't you, since I was really hoping we wouldn't talk about Austin. Ignore it for now. I'll get rid of it in the morning. Anyway, I'll be sleeping on the couch if you need anything. You're not sleeping here with me? I thought that's why you brought me here. No, I don't have a spare bedroom for you to sleep in, so this is the next best option. He tried to leave, but I grabbed his wrist and pulled him back in before he could get far. Aw, he's so happy. Ace pressed himself closer to the wall in an attempt to give me more space. Thank you for giving me a chance, Yandere. This is the best date I've ever been on. I am so sorry about your eye. Not that I've ever been on any other dates. I can't even bring myself to try and date others when it's you I love. There's been other times where I wondered if there was something wrong with me for not liking anyone else the way I like you. And when the people around me had a new partner before he could continue, I pressed my lips against his. Shut up. I'm trying to sleep. Good night. Night. And that was a wholesome ending. But let's come back here and say I'm not interested. I'm sorry, I'm not interested in you like that. Even if we used to be friends, it didn't feel right to date him knowing what I did. I expected you to say something like that. I've been in love with you for so long, I was hoping that by doing this, you'd give an answer that would make me fall out of love. And if we ended up dating, that'd be great too. I'm not sure I'll ever stop loving you, but I can promise I'll never bother you again. That's fine by me. Oh, the ride home was silent. Once we arrived at my apartment, he handed me the keys to the handcuffs and drove away. It was tempting to go along with him. If we dated, I wouldn't have to worry about work or rent. He'd helped me become an actor, and who knew what else he could do for me. Still, I didn't think this was a decision I regret. Him giving me a better life meant he could easily ruin it whenever he wanted. If we got together, I'd only be counting down the days until we got into another fight. Then we'd separate and go back to how things were. That's a very sad way to look at it. Alright, well, we're gonna go back to the branch where we tell him what we did. Alright, this time I'll tell him what I did. Best case scenario, he'll take me home and everything will go back to normal. There was nothing I could do if Ace was to suddenly decide that he wanted revenge. That was a risk I was willing to take. I need to tell you something, Ace. When you found out on those stairs, it wasn't an accident. What do you mean by that? You look so happy together. Seeing that, I just did the first thing that came to mind. I didn't like that Caleb chose you, and I didn't like the idea of you giving your attention to someone else. Why are you blushing, you freak? But also, I'm very into that. I thought that if I pushed you, I'd be able to fix both problems at once. This was so much more embarrassing to admit than I thought it would be. I was sure Ace could see how red my face was. Sorry, you weren't supposed to lose an eye from it. Can you repeat that last part? The part about you wanting my attention? Ace! No, I'm not repeating myself. It's hard enough telling you all this. Please? No. I'll pay you. Well, you're not listening to me. I pushed you down the stairs and you lost an eye because of it. It's not that big of a deal. I'm just glad that you're the one who did it. Don't get me wrong. I am upset. Just not for that. You completely ignored me from that day on. Who cares if it was out of guilt or an attempt to not get caught? I can't forgive you for that, Yandere. Which means it should be fine if I do something you might not forgive me for, right? Damn it. What are you gonna do? Blind me so we match? Oh, you're so funny, Yandere. I could never dream of hurting you. Let's see, what am I gonna do? I'm not the best at this. I find it easier to have someone tell me what to do instead of figuring things out on my own. Every time I make a decision on my own, nothing good has ever happened. From telling you about the play to trying to get Austin's phone away from him. I got it. And I don't think it's something I'll regret. You don't mind, right? What you did to me will affect me for the rest of my life. It's only fair if I do something that will affect you for the rest of yours. Oh no. Without any hesitation, Ace pulled out a pocket knife and plunged it into his own stomach. I didn't think there'd be this much blood. Ace! That shocked expression of yours is so cute, Yandere. What the hell is wrong with you? Don't worry, I thought this through. Well, as thoroughly as I could in the few seconds I had, I was never good at improv. In a situation like this, who do you think people will believe? An ordinary person claiming an actor kidnapped them just to go on a date? Or me when I say you broke into my house, tried to rob me and stab me when I confronted you? Hopefully it's enough to get you arrested and sent away for a long time. Once you're gone long enough to lose your job and apartment, I'll bail you out. If I can't, I'm more than willing to break you out. Then you'll have no choice but to live with and rely on me. It's a great plan, right? Oh, Jesus. Right, I'm glad you agree. Caleb will be down soon to get rid of the evidence of our date. While covering the wound with his hand, Ace rushed upstairs to call the police. Out of everything he could have done, I never expected that. Fine. It's my fault for not leaving when I had the chance. Staying here didn't sound so bad. I wouldn't have to work or worry about paying rent. Sure, I wouldn't be able to become an actor, but I'd find a way to feel the same way that acting made me feel. I just hoped he wouldn't get tired of me. Jesus! Well, that was one of the more intense ones. There's still 3 more left to get though. Alright, so here I am at the rock, paper, scissors with Caleb. Pick paper and lose against him. Because he says if he wins, he gets to do whatever he wants to us, including getting us out of Ace's life. Paper. Looks like I win, Yandere. So what are you gonna do now? I didn't think that far ahead. Let's see, I could let you go, but that sounds really boring. Shouldn't it be fine to just kill you? You don't mind, right? I promise to make it quick. As if he'd actually have the guts to do that. Caleb didn't respond. He only stumbled over to the kitchen where he clumsily opened random drawers and cabinets. What kind of person would kill someone over something so petty? He must have lost his mind. I know he's drunk, but even this was going too far. While he was distracted, I headed for the front door. However, a stinging pain surged through my lower back before I could get far. I fell to the ground. Caleb stabbed his knee into my chest to keep me pinned down. Uh-oh. His hand wrapped around my neck. My attempts to kick him off failed. He was much stronger than he looked. I'm sorry. I wasn't planning on making it hurt so much. What the hell is wrong with you? Get off! What's wrong with me? Nothing is. This is mostly your fault, don't you agree? Ace would have never fallen in love with you if you had just stayed to yourself. I'd rather not have you constantly intrude on my life when all I'm trying to do is spend time with the one I love. Maybe if you liked him back, then at least I get to see him smile every day. But that's a big maybe. I'm really only doing this to feel better. Hopefully you'll have better luck in another life. Goodbye, Yinny, you died. Well, I feel like that's like the first death ending. Alright, this time I picked all the really mean options for him, and then I'll click we can date again. I might as well. It's the least I can do after all the trouble I put you through. Seriously? I didn't think you'd actually say yes. Caleb's gonna be so glad once he hears about this. I'll start preparing our next date right away. Something more romantic with better food too. You won't have to worry about preparations. I know what you like, so I'll figure it out on my own. Ace took out the handcuffs and helped me stand up. I'll take you home now. I need to start preparing as soon as possible. It's a 40-minute drive from here to there. You can sleep in the car if you get too tired. Sounds good. Just try to keep me up. Oh, it's not the best ending where we get to kiss him. If I fall asleep in the car, I'm sure I won't be able to sleep once I'm home. The next day, thankfully, I won't have to work here for too much longer. Before Ace and I parted ways, he gave me his phone number. We had been texting about our future plans all day. I still had to wait before anything happened, but I didn't mind. You're not usually this happy, Yinny. Did something good happen? Ah, well, it's a long story. I'd rather explain it to you over dinner. Dinner, not just a drink? Did you win the lottery? I might as well have. Do you know an actor named Ace Martinez? Oh, that name sounds familiar. I think he's in that one show you're watching, the murder mystery one. Oh, I think I remember now. He's that one guy with the white hair, right? His acting wasn't anything remarkable, so he slipped my mind. Well, the two of us met yesterday. That's great. Did you get his autograph? Something like that. Like I said, I'd rather explain it over dinner. I'll even pay for us both since it's a special occasion. It's more like Ace is paying, but she doesn't need to know that. And now we have a rich boyfriend for that ending. Alright, last one. I'm gonna try and say I'd like to go home. Would he really let me go so easily? Wasn't he afraid that I call the police the moment he releases me? Then again, I was just an ordinary guy compared to Ace. If I were to go around claiming that Ace had killed someone, no one would believe me. And since we were so close, people might start to suspect me instead. I'd like to go home. The ride home was awkward to say the least. Ace's hand occasionally hovered over the radio, wanting to fill the silence with anything, but he always pulled away. Half an hour passed and I was dropped off at the front of my apartment. He handed me my phone and keys to the handcuffs before driving off. Today was so exhausting. I needed the hours, but I might have to take tomorrow off to rest. Mary could handle working on her own for a few days. I'm sure she would tell me to take an entire month off if I explained everything to her. Well, whatever. I could figure it out tomorrow. A week passed without any news of Austin. My boss hadn't mentioned a single thing about his disappearance. She wasn't even trying to find a replacement. Everyone seemed to think that he was going to come back when it had been weeks since we last saw him. Shouldn't it be obvious that he was dead by now? Or just ran away? What did I do for Ace to be so obsessed with me? If I never caught his attention, Austin would still be alive. No, Ace wasn't just the one to blame. This wouldn't have happened if I had just agreed to go out with Austin that night. He'd be too focused on me to notice Ace's phone. Even if he did, he'd ask me how I knew Ace. Damn it, I hate this so much. The door opened and Mary entered the store. Part of me was glad that she was here. There was still time until I had to go home, so it was nice having someone to distract me from my thoughts. On the other hand, I couldn't help but feel jealous of her. Hey Mary, how was yesterday? Did things go well? Not really, the babysitter quit last minute so I wasn't able to go. I'm sure it would have been fine if I went anyway, but I don't know how long I'd be gone for. I heard that sometimes it takes all day for scenes to be filmed. Even more if the background actors are the ones messing up. I don't really trust my husband to take care of the kids. He can barely even take care of himself. Oh, Mary. And they're both too young to know how to cook. The oldest can reach the microwave, but I don't really like the idea of making her take care of her brother just so I can go off and do things on my own. Almost every conversation with Mary ends in her talking about her kids. There's always a new award they won or a good grade they got at school that she just can't help but brag about. This is probably the first time I've heard her talk about them with a hint of disappointment in her voice. Oh, but don't get me wrong, it wasn't too bad. I ended up taking them out to a museum they've been wanting to go out to for a while now. We're definitely going again once I save up enough money. Now she's acting all positive again. I guess I misheard her earlier. She continued to talk about her life and how great everything was. She didn't even notice the agitated look on my face and I knew it was growing more intense. How? How what? How was she able to stay so positive? I didn't have kids or a shitty husband to deal with yet. Between us, I was the one who hated living the most. Now I have to live knowing what happened to Austin. What might happen to him soon. She might even suspect that something bad happened to him as we speak, but until it's confirmed, she gets to live in relative peace. How can you live like this? I'm not sure what you mean. I guess it's a lot of work. I know my life isn't perfect, but I can live because I know the future's gonna be much better. I'm going home. Are you alright, Yandere? You don't usually take so many days off. Did something happen? It's nothing. I'm just tired. And that's the last ending. Yeah, so we've gotten the one where we go out with him, the happy one. The one where we go out with him, the less happy one. The one where Caleb kills us. The one where he finds out that we did the thing with his eye. The one where we reject him. And then the one where we just go home. So yeah, that's all 6 of them. And that was my full playthrough of Kidnap for a Date. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I hope you guys enjoyed that as much as I did. It was very interesting to see the twists in this because I actually was not expecting that MZ was the one who caused Ace's accident. And honestly, it's a little bit refreshing in a way to see that MC is also not the best person either. Like, he is just pretty awful as well. Like, obviously when he was a teenager, he did things that he shouldn't have. He seems very jaded and quite, like, pessimistic, which I feel like is very different to some of the MCs that I usually play that are featured in games like this. And it was actually pretty interesting to see that sort of dynamic crop up between the player and Ace as well. Caleb, I also did not expect either that he would also be like a Yandere that was in love with Ace, but was okay with it not being reciprocated. That definitely caught me off guard. I like all the differences in the endings though. I thought they were very well varied and gave a really nice picture to what was a really nice short little game. So yeah, I hope you guys liked it. Yeah, thank you so much for watching. If you did like this video, please leave a thumbs up and subscribe so you don't miss out on the next one. And if you want to check this game out for yourself, I have linked it and support the developer. I've linked it in the description box below. And if you would like to support me, my Patreon is linked down below as well. Supporting me is not mandatory, just very, very appreciated. And thank you so much, and until next time, take care.